What if I told you that the most extraordinary things you've ever witnessed, those moments that leave you speechless, whether it's a gravity-defying stunt, a piece of art so stunning it feels unreal, or a breakthrough that saves thousands of lives, are not the result of magic or luck. They are the result of skill. The kind of skill that is forged slowly, silently, and with an unshakable commitment to improvement. And right now, somewhere in the world, someone is working on a skill that may redefine what we believe is possible. Stay with me, because what you're about to explore will reveal just how powerful human potential truly is. We often admire the masterpiece, a flawless routine on stage, a shot that seems impossible, a technological innovation that changes everything overnight. But what we rarely see are the invisible years that came before it. The thousands of failed attempts, the countless nights spent in quiet frustration, and the unwavering decision to try again. Skills aren't gifts handed down at birth. They are built, carefully and deliberately, through failure, correction, persistence, and growth. Behind every breathtaking display of mastery lies a long story of resilience, one that is rarely told, but always felt. Skills are a language of their own, one that requires no translation, yet speaks to every soul. A song can bring together people who share no common words. A gesture can spark emotion that crosses oceans. A painting, crafted centuries ago, can still stir the heart of someone who hasn't yet been born. Across borders, across generations, skills are a universal connector, uniting us through beauty, purpose, and shared human experience. What makes a skill truly incredible isn't just what it achieves, it's the sacrifice, the repetition, and the quiet determination behind it. It's the early mornings when the rest of the world sleeps. The late nights when giving up would have been easier. It's the aching muscles, the roughened hands, the moments of doubt that are met with another attempt. And then, one day, it clicks. The movements feel natural, the outcome feels effortless. But make no mistake, what we call talent is often the visible tip of a mountain of persistence. Some of the most extraordinary skills in our world are not the ones you see trending online or filling stadiums. They are the quiet, steady skills that keep our societies alive. The calm precision of a pilot landing through a storm. The focus of a surgeon saving a life under impossible pressure. The patience of a teacher guiding a struggling student toward understanding. These are skills that rarely make headlines, yet they are the invisible threads holding our world together. Many incredible skills begin not as grand ambitions, but as simple curiosities. A child sketching in a notebook. A teenager experimenting with music. A young mind tinkering with a broken gadget. Over time, those moments evolve. With practice, they grow. With passion, they transform. And what starts as a quiet hobby can become a movement, a career, or even a legacy that shapes entire industries. That's the true power of a skill. It starts small, but it never stays small for long. Some skills go beyond their physical form. They don't just impress us, they move us. They make our hearts race. They bring us to tears. They make us reflect on who we are and what we could become. A perfectly delivered performance, a sculpture that captures a life, a melody that brings back a memory, these are the moments when skill becomes something more than ability. It becomes emotion, and in that moment, we all feel connected to it. As the world speeds into the future, the very definition of skill is changing. Coding is as essential as carpentry. Emotional intelligence stands side by side with technical expertise, the ability to adapt, to learn something new, to reinvent yourself when the world demands it. That is the new frontier of mastery. In a future driven by technology, it will not be the tools that define us, but how skillfully we learn to use them. Perhaps the greatest power of any skill is not in the doing, but in the sharing. When a mentor teaches an apprentice, when a chef passes down a recipe, when an artist shows their technique to a young dreamer, the skill multiplies. It spreads far beyond one lifetime. It becomes tradition. It becomes legacy. A single shared skill can ripple across generations, creating opportunities and transformations long after the original hands have moved on. Every single person you pass today carries an entire universe of skills within them, some already shining, some quietly hidden, and some still waiting for their first chance to grow. Skills are not magic tricks. They are choices, choices to learn, to improve, to practice, and to share. And in that decision, they become something far greater than talent. They become the power to transform not only your own life, but the lives of everyone your skill will one day touch. But here's a truth we often overlook. Every skill begins as something uncomfortable. It feels clumsy, awkward, and foreign at first. The brush doesn't move the way you imagined, The words don't sound as you hoped, the hands don't yet follow the mind's vision. That discomfort is not a sign to quit, it's a sign you're stepping into the territory where transformation happens. Growth lives in that space between what you know and what you are just starting to reach for. And then comes the breakthrough moment, the day you realize that what once felt impossible now feels natural. That's the silent reward of skill building. It isn't always applause or recognition, often, it's the quiet pride of realizing you've become capable of something your past self would have only dreamed of. That moment changes you, not because others see it, but because you do. In a world overflowing with distractions and quick fixes, true skill is an act of rebellion. It demands patience in a culture of instant gratification. It asks for discipline in an age of shortcuts. It requires you to build, not just consume. And in doing so, it gives you something algorithms can't, a sense of mastery that no trend can replace. What's more, skills evolve with us. They are never truly finished. A writer never writes the perfect sentence, they simply write a better one than yesterday. A dancer never masters every step, they just learn to express more deeply with each movement. That's the beauty of skill, it grows as long as you do. Even failure, which many fear, is not a wall but a teacher. Every missed note, every broken prototype, every lost game contains a blueprint for the next attempt. Failure refines the skill, sharpens the mind, and humbles the ego, making space for growth that success alone could never teach. And here's the secret, skills don't only shape the world, they shape the person who carries them. They build patience where there was restlessness, confidence where there was doubt, and purpose where there was uncertainty. The more you practice, the more you transform, not just in ability, but in character. So the question isn't just, what skill do you want to master? The deeper question is, who will you become along the way? Because at the heart of every skill lies a journey, a path that asks you to show up, to fall, to rise, and to try again. That is the quiet, extraordinary magic of human potential. And perhaps one day, years from now, someone will watch what you do and call it talent, never realizing the story of persistence behind it. And in that moment, you'll smile, because you'll know it was never talent. It was the power of skill. And the beautiful thing is, that power is accessible to anyone willing to begin. You don't need to be born with a rare gift or have the perfect conditions laid out for you. You need only the courage to start small and the commitment to keep going when progress feels invisible. Skill is democratic, it belongs to the persistent, not the privileged. Every master was once a beginner who chose to keep practicing when others gave up. And when you look back, you'll see that the real reward was never the applause, the title, or the achievement, it was the person you became through the pursuit. Because every hour you spent learning, every setback you endured, and every small win you built upon quietly forged a version of you that is stronger, sharper, and more capable than before. That is the true gift of skill. It doesn't just create moments of excellence, it creates a lifetime of growth. What's even more profound is how skills ripple outward. The time you invest in mastery doesn't only change your own path, it inspires those watching from the sidelines. A child may pick up an instrument because they saw you play, a teammate may push harder because they witnessed your dedication, a stranger may try something new because your effort made it seem possible. Skill is contagious, it plants seeds in others just by being expressed. And in a world where so many chase quick rewards, your journey will stand out, not because it was fast, but because it was real. Each step you took, each challenge you faced, will carry weight. People recognize authenticity in effort, they feel the difference between something built over time and something that appeared overnight. And in that recognition, you'll find not just respect, but connection. So start where you are, with what you have, and take the next small step. Not the perfect step, not the final step, just the next one. Because skill is never born in giant leaps, it is built in quiet, consistent movements that few notice at first, and everyone admires in the end. One day, that story will be yours, not a tale of luck, but of relentless, patient creation. So, what skill will you choose to build next? Somewhere out there, the world is waiting, not for luck, not for miracles, but for your hands, your mind, your heart, to create its next masterpiece. Did you enjoy this video? Check out other clips of Amazing 7 and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified our latest videos.